Hi everyone, welcome to my class today. So great to see you. Today we're going to be talking about travel but more specifically today we're going to be talking about what we like to do. What do you do? We know you go to school. What else do you do? Nothing? I'm sure that's not true. So we're going to talk about what we do. You can talk about school, but the main purpose is to talk about what we like to do as individuals. So, what do you like to do? Do you like to play soccer? Do you like to go on walks? Do you like to watch movies? Play video games? Do you like to play with your dog? Ask all questions and what is it that you do? What makes you you? What are your interests? What are your hobbies? Me, personally, I love to cook. I love cooking all foods. Most importantly, I like cooking Mexican food. It's just my favorite. I love the flavors. I love the spices. And it's so fun. I just love making new things for other people to enjoy. And with cooking, I like to also play with my dogs. I have 3 dogs, just got another one. He is 8 weeks old, and 3 boy dogs under 1 year old. So it's a very busy life, but it's so fun. So talking about what I like to do, I would like everyone to raise your hand and ask me or tell me what you like to do. So at this point, I would go around, everyone ask me or tell me what they like to do, and kind of get a gauge on where we are about communicating that. So then after that, that would go on for about 5-10 minutes. That's probably about 10 students. And then after that, I would do my instruct and model. So at this point, I would have probably up on the whiteboard or a blackboard. I don't have one, so if I was in a classroom, this is what I would use. I would write out my sentences. So I would say, I like to cook. I like to clean. I like to watch TV. Any of that, really. So I would write them out as I'm saying it, and as I'm doing this, I'll have the students write down with me what they like to do. So I write, I like to cook. I would underline I like to, and then I substitute cook. They can substitute whatever they like to do. So if they say I like to play soccer, then they would write that out on their paper. And furthermore, saying I like to, I would also write I like to cook. I like to cook Italian food. I like to cook Mexican food. I like to bake. I cook every day. I cook after school. Something like that, so that they can kind of see that sentence and substitute their interests in that. So as I'm writing those example sentences, then that's when they write them down as well. And then after that will go on for probably 5 to 10 minutes. If students have questions, I would answer them. If they wanted to communicate something that I did not write on the board, then they could ask me separately, and then I would go around and kind of help them structure that sentence. So now, at this point, I would allow the students to take their papers that they just wrote, go around the classroom, and talk to a couple students about what they like to do. Each of them take turns. And at this point, I don't believe they understand how to respond or how to appropriately respond or ask questions. And if they do, great, they can do that. But I would go around and I would listen to their conversations, kind of make them understand how to respond if they don't already. So that would be my main goal, would be to introduce that topic of responding. Because the main goal in this week is to communicate what you like to do and where you'd like to go eventually. Once we get down further in the week into more of a travel, where places you like to go. But also, furthermore than just communicating, but communicating back. Communicate that dialogue is what I'm looking for this week. So at the end of class, when they're all done and I went through and asked them all, some questions or answered their questions for me, I would then ask the students to make any corrections or, rewrite on a different paper for about 5-10 minutes. And then after that, when the class is over, I will ask them to hand them back in. And then that night, I will go over and review, write some comments, make some corrections if needed. And then after that, the next day, I would return their papers to them. This way, they can kind of see where they're at. I can see where some students are at, what I need to do. If there's any, major mistakes I'm seeing like throughout every student's paper, then I can review that. But mostly this is just a more individualized review. Not graded, but just to help them understand where they need to go and help me understand as well. So if I had a class or if I had a background or some pictures, that's what I would do. But this video more is just kind of how I would teach this class. And what I would do to help the students understand, what I'm saying and help them kind of understand where they're at. That's my whole goal as a teacher, is to communicate. I love the communicative approach, kind of back and forth. I don't like the, turn around writing and then they're just listening to me. So my goal with this class is to get students talking to each other. That's my main goal. I feel like that would be more, given more understanding of the English language that way, communicating with me and communicating with each other. So that's my class. I hope you enjoyed. Great job on getting this far. It was really a lot of work, and I'm just really happy to listen to everyone else's. So thank you, and bye-bye.